Welcome back to the show, everybody, and I hope everybody had a happy 4th who celebrated, and I know I did. I had a great day with family and friends, and I'm hoping that'll continue in today, so we won't be long. We got a lot to go over. We want to stay up on the news and what's happening. Let's not let anything sneak by us. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today, 1.4 trillion, a little plus for the market cap. We've seen a little bit of money kind of fall out of the market over the last 24 hours. We were 1.42 or 43 trillion for the cryptocurrency market cap. So a little bit of money's left here in the last 24 hours, but nevertheless, we did see XRP touch up to 70 cents and currently sitting at 65. Remember, that is a huge resistance point for XRP, and we want to see us get clear and past that in order to continue to move to these newer highs that we're always hearing the technical analysts talk about. One of the things to keep in mind that's very interesting here is that the technical analysts have told us it the entire time we've been watching this consolidation and rollover in price. They've been telling us the new all-time high for XRP is still on the table, and that's extremely exciting to me. Currently ranging right now at the bottom at 64.76 and ranging at the top price at 70.77. We'll keep an eye on that, sitting at 65 cents solid right now. Let's go ahead and get into the news this morning. Casino Coin. Full disclosure, you know I hold it and you know I'm excited about it. Nothing we're talking about is financial advice. But one of the things that I'm really excited about is we know that Casino Coin is partnered up with Flare. Flare should be launching any time now. Absolutely imminent, according to Hugo and the team over there. So we're excited to see what happens with that. I have to say, you know, as a understanding it as a utility fork of the XRP ledger, I'm looking for great things to come out of that long term. There's no question about it. But Casino Coin is something I'm extremely excited about. Look at this. They wish everybody a happy 4th. And then they say, we're all CSC Nation and support you. Here's to hoping your freedom extends to being able to gamble responsibly online in every state soon. Oh my goodness. I want you to take a second and think about the implications of just that. That's pretty remarkable. Now, with that aside, I'm asking everybody to contact, because I love Uphold, and I'm asking everybody to contact and reach out to Uphold, and let's politely ask them and let them know I would love to see them list Casino Coin on Uphold. I really, really would. That would be amazing. So if you're into it and you like the idea and notion, let's politely ask Uphold. They're always looking for the next new thing, and I think Casino Coin may just be it. Looking right here, Michael Val 5link says, over the last 16 hours, 3 top-tier crypto exchanges have shifted over 195 million XRP tokens, an equivalent of $131 billion plus in traditional fiat currency. Somebody's buying this stuff. Somebody's moving it all around. I tell you, it's, you know, at some point, you know, we played a clip yesterday where we covered BitBoy, and shout out to BitBoy, who is now obviously seeing the light when it comes to XRP. Now, he doesn't act like he really likes the tech too much, because I know his firm background is in Bitcoin, but I understand that BitBoy is the kind of guy that if he sees use case, he sees the potential to make money, you can better believe BitBoy's in on it. That's my understanding, and kudos to him. There's not a thing wrong with it either. Shout out to him. I got to meet him in Bitcoin Miami. I thought he was a really nice guy, and he has told us he believes a $30 XRP is absolutely possible when this SEC lawsuit gets out of the way. We'll touch on more of that in a second. Here, the Revel ransomware gang is asking for record-breaking $70 million worth of Bitcoin in exchange for providing a universal decryptor for more than 1 million infected systems. Well, look, this speaks more and more to what we've been talking about, doesn't it? We had the GameStop issue. That narrative was created that the stock markets can be manipulated by the retail investor. Forget the fact that the greediest people, which are the institutions and investment banks, have been manipulating it since they've been alive. But nevertheless, they blamed it on the retail investor. The market infrastructure is vulnerable. Then we saw the oil pipeline. Then we saw the largest meat producer, right? All of these things. And now we're seeing this. This is speaking very heavily to me because I think this is a catalyst for the congressional officials in Washington to be able to say, we must act on this, right? And there isn't any one of their constituents that will have a problem with them being a part of a bill that deals with updating the market infrastructure, just as you would schools, roads, and bridges every 50, 60 years in this country, right? So stay tuned, everybody. I think it will play a part in the narrative. Elrond is entering into a partnership with UK-based fintech firms Auroras to facilitate the tokenization of silver, gold, and platinum with the help of blockchain technology. Now listen, I love hearing this and get very excited because we're tokenizing commodities, the metals, right? The metals market. Yeah, I think this is nothing but upside. If you follow price and you're staring at price every day and you're telling yourself when moon, and believe me, I have these days too. This is not mutually exclusive to just you guys, right? We all have those days where we're like, today would be a great day for moon, right? I have got a Santa's list of people who could kiss and I'm just waiting to read it. But the reality is it hasn't happened yet. And you know what? It can also turn into a form of suffering for ourselves to kind of look at price every day and not see it move. But these are the things that get me excited, that tell me we're pointed true north here. They're tokenizing the metals market. When you say it like that, you start to realize just how expansive and how big all of this technology is. And again, you're converting the market infrastructure over to the digital realm and tokenizing everything so it can operate in a smooth, ubiquitous way, and it's not vulnerable to attacks. Japan says here, finance industry awaits clearer picture of a digital yen, in 2022. Okay, well, you know what? This is one of those things where I feel like, great, I get it. Some of these countries, like the U.S., right, they're letting other countries develop, come out, test it a little bit, and then they can make decisions based on that data and not just simulated data. Right? So, look, I think Japan is in this thing. They're one of the most forward-thinking countries when it comes to digital assets. So I don't think that this is bad at all. In fact, I think this is we're taking everything in. We're going to make ours exactly the way we need to, but we may push it back to 2022. And I wouldn't be surprised either if they came out and later this year or at some point and said, you know what? The hell with it. We're ready. We'll start pilot testing in these things, because I know that they are so forward thinking. My goodness, Japan is so far away and ahead of so much of the rest of the world when it comes to digital assets and how to handle them. Forget about it. It's not even close. So it's not a concern, but there's a lot of 2022 developments with CBDCs around the world as well. This is pretty exciting right here, ladies and gentlemen. Wyoming is further solidifying its position as the most crypto-friendly state in North America. Come on in. Yeah, the crypto-friendly state of Wyoming has approved the first legally recognized decentralized autonomous organization in the United States. Very quickly, let's just go into this. So here we see crypto-friendly state has recognized the first decentralized autonomous organization in the United States. The American Crypto Fed, DAO, received a notice from Wyoming Secretary's office. Tuesday recognized it's a legal entity according to Sunday's announcement. Wyoming is the leading digital asset jurisdiction in the USA and now the DAO law. Wyoming is arguably the top blockchain jurisdiction in the world. What this means: creating a true digital currency with mass acceptance is now possible. The Merchant Advisory Group, MAG, which represents 165 of the largest merchants in the U.S. expressed its support for filing. CEO of MAG stated that the group has always advocated for more competition in the payment acceptance space. The American Crypto Fed, DAO, was established by mobile banking solutions provided by MShift on July 1st, 2021. And here we see the project describes its mission as promoting two-token economy that is immune from inflationary or deflationary influences. It says, or emphasized that the DAO's native algorithmic stablecoin, Ducat, facilitates fee-free, say that 5 times fast, transactions. Ducat is based on EOS, which is used to delegate proof of stake consensus, which high-speed transaction at expense of decentralization. It goes on and lay that out. What I point out about this is really the understanding that Wyoming has been at the forefront. And when you have digital autonomous organizations, DAOs, and they're not filed, who do you call if something's wrong? Who has accountability if there's no one to contact? What if there was a bad actor who makes a decentralized autonomous organization, releases it, and it has some kind of nasty little algorithm or whatever in it that's doing nefarious things, and we're not able to realize it because it's doing it at a fraction of a penny or something? I mean, these things are all things that legislators and market regulators have to consider. And when you look at this, what I start thinking in my mind is like, the DAO law means that anyone registering a DAO in Wyoming has to register as an LLC, which means we tie a person to this DAO or persons, and they will be accountable if there's any issues. Now, that is how you ground this thing and make it work. That is huge, and I don't think it's the last we're going to hear of it. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation has issued a request for information and comment on crypto assets in a bid to learn more about how institutions are currently using them. FDIC, I mean, this is your Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. We already know that there's been banking charters issued so federally chartered banks can custody crypto. Come on in. FDIC about to provide insurance for it too? What do you think will happen when the world finds out that not only can I get crypto at my bank and I don't have to open up some account at an exchange, but FDIC will insure whatever it is I'm purchasing there? Can you say mass adoption? Because I can. I'll tell you who else can too. This is BitBoy right here. I'm going to play this first few seconds and show you just the excitement about how he's excited about XRP and the resolution of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple.
In crypto, and today we are going to be talking about two exciting things. Number one, Bitcoin, and number two, XRP. And I'm going to tell you why something going on is more indication of what I've been telling you. This coin is going to blast off towards the end of this year. You really should consider yourself fortunate that you still have time to accumulate XRP. I mean, really, the SEC lawsuit is going to turn out to be a blessing in disguise. I'll tell you more about why XRP is once again making moves and why it's important and why it ties into everything that we've been talking about.
And the reason that is he goes on to explain, is that, look, this is going to be used in the banking system. And when this case is wrapped up, I believe, as he does, you're going to see a huge slingshot for XRP, because now all the trouble and all the strife is out of the way. And I tell you, Mike Arrington the other day had a great post. He was paraphrasing here, but he said, we're basically in the holding a beach ball underwater phase. I couldn't agree more. If you've ever been out in the water or in a pool and tried to hold a beach ball underwater, you know how difficult it gets because it's so buoyant. And then when you let it go, that sucker just pops right on out of the water. And I believe we're going to see something very, very close to that at some point when this case is resolved, albeit a settlement, albeit a summary judgment, or going to trial and going the distance. I really don't care. I just know that when it's done, and the SEC taking action against Ripple and XRP will be over. Now, if the Treasury wants to come in and they want to do some kind of a forced buyback on the escrow each month, that's a whole nother story, isn't it? That we can deal with that when we get there. But one thing I know is that the SEC case will not last forever, and that is exciting for XRP. Looking right here, we see that if there should be any exchange for cryptos, it should be done at the PSE. Why? Number one, it's because we have the trading infrastructure, but more importantly, we'll be able to have investor protection safeguards, especially with a product like crypto. This is coming from the PSE, the Philippine Stock Exchange. They want to launch local crypto market first. I know that this is the Philippines, but this is leading into everything that we're talking about here on this channel. Gary Gensler in the United States has been calling for action against the crypto exchanges first, because he talks about investor protection. And this is the argument that's being made from the Philippine Stock Exchange that I believe is really being made by Gary Gensler himself even. These are aligning, and at the very least, they're parallel. Okay? And they're rhyming a lot to me, because what I see here is that if Gary Gensler does in fact deem or finds from the SEC's division that the majority of this market is digital asset securities to him, which could come with a slightly different definition of what securities like stocks are, right? So if they find that this is where we land, this would make a lot of sense, because then you could see NASDAQ, NYSE. Let us not forget that BACT, B-A-K-K-T, is owned by the parent company that also owns the New York Stock Exchange. This is where we all get our crypto, like it or not. The percentage of you and me sending crypto to each other because we're buying it from one another on some peer-to-peer platform, yeah, okay. That's a small percentage. The majority of us are getting this stuff from exchanges. And when the crackdown comes and the regulation falls into place, you can bet your ass it's going to start right there. Looking right here before we get out of here, in a paper published by the BIS titled Distrust or Speculation, the Socioeconomic Drivers of the U.S. Cryptocurrency Investments, researchers studied crypto investor trends, concluding that no special government policy is needed. Oh, wow. Right? Now, this is the BIS, the central bank of central banks, saying, you don't need no special government policy for this stuff. And this leans more into the conversation of what we just talked about. Only now the central bank of central banks is talking about it. Think of this for a moment. If they deem the majority of this market to be digital asset securities, you don't need any special government policy for this stuff, because it would fall into the policy that's already here. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. You never know where things are going to go. Head on a swivel out here. This is crypto. I'll catch all of you on the next one. Make sure you check out the links in the description box and the comment section. I don't mind telling you, I Trust Capital is the best crypto, gold, silver IRA on the planet, bar none. Don't believe me? Click the link in the description and you'll find out too. I'll catch all of you on the next one.